Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yasodhanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yasodhanandana Vraja Janaranjana Tiram Vanachariyana Iram Vanachariyana Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yasodhanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yasodhanandana Vraja Janaranjana Tiram Vanacharya Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Namo Om Vishnupadaya
Namo Om Vishnupadaya
Krishna Pristaya Bhutale
Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
Swamin Iti Namine
Swamin Iti Namine
Namaste Saraswate Deve
Namaste Saraswate Deve
Gauravani Pracharine
Gauravani Pracharine
Nirvisesa Sunyavadi
Nirvesha Shunyavadi
Paschatya Desatarine
Paschatya Deshatarine
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
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 Om Agyanatimirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manabhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancha Anagaurange Arade Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarvyasya Kripa Sindhuvye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Okay, so we will read very quickly what we read yesterday. The one we didn't read. Very quick, it's like us. So how to wait a minute, how to this was yesterday. I will just read very quickly. Still related to yesterday's. Namam karmani limpanti name karma pale spriha iti mam yogi janati karma birna sabhadyate. There is no work that affects me, nor do I aspire for the result, for the fruits of action. One who understands this truth about me also does not become entangled in the fruit of the action of work. So I think you already read, right? This one.
Frankly speaking, I did not.
Okay. Yes.
Can you read it now then?
Yeah. You would like to read now?
Yes, can I?
Yeah.
BTE. So here Krishna says that Name Karma Pale Spriha. He is Atma Rama. Atma Rama means he is fully satisfied in himself. He can create so many things, so there is no question of him needing anything. Although he has set up the principle of Varnasrama Dharma, he is not within the Varnasrama Dharma.
Dharma. Yeah.
Dharma. Just like Krishna performed the rasa dance. What is that? At
This,
midnight, maybe, yes.
okay. This one is actually activities of the Lord when he is still a boy in Vrindavan. Yeah, he actually then, you know, it seemed to be like, yeah, dance is a dance. Rasa means like this is very difficult to understand. This one, it's actually is dancing with the cowherd girl in Vrindavan. You can continue to it.
At midnight, many young girls came on hearing his flute, and he danced with them. By Vedic standards, this is not very moral. To dance at dead of night with the wives or sisters or daughters of other men is not a very good example of Vedic principles. But Krishna did, and he was very attractive. Sometimes it seems that Krishna is acting against social conventions, and so he wants Namam karma lim panti. These social, political, and religious laws do not apply to me. This question was raised by Pariksit Maharaja when Sukadeva Goswami described the Rasa Lila. Krishna appeared on this material world Paritranaya sadunam dharma samsthapanarthaya. So why did he violate these rules of Dharma? According to Vedic civilization, nobody may associate with another man's wife. He is confirmed by Sukadeva Goswami that Teji Yasam Nado Saya. Krishna cannot be contaminated by material ideals. By chanting Krishna's name, one becomes purified. So therefore, how can Krishna be contaminated? Lecture Bhagavad Gita chapter 4.14 New Vrindavana 74.
Yeah, it was a Srila Prabhupada lecture in New Vrindavan. New Vrindavan is in America. Still nowadays, still there also the center still there also. So here, Srila Prabhupada mentioning about that Lord Krishna actually is not affected by all those rules and regulations in the Veda, and also Varnasrama Dharma. He is not belong to any in the Varnasrama Dharma. And then Srila Prabhupada giving example here when you know this is Lord Krishna when he was in Vrindavan, he was dancing with the like a young girls over there. Some of them already married to some another man, something like that. So if we see just very 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 slightly, you will think that, oh, Krishna is not following moral, something like that. Yeah. To dance at that night with the wives of or sisters or daughters of other men is not a very good example of Vedic principles. So in the Vedic principles is actually very, this the association between men to woman who is not his wife is very strict. I mean, there is not so close like that. Yeah, it's just it's in many cultures also like that. Even here in Cambodia also was like that. If we're following like a traditional value, yeah. So according to Vedic standard, also it's like that. So Lord Krishna once time when he was in Vrindavan, he was dancing with the cowherd girls in Vrindavan. And then if we see slightly, it seems that he is like violent, like violating the moral codes. So how it is? And this question was 5,000 years ago was raised by Parikshit Maharaj, the Sukadeva Goswami. How is Krishna is the 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 purest personality, but why he is acting like that? So actually, all those ladies, all those cohort girls is actually expansion of Radharani. All of them actually expansion. Actually, all of them is expansion of Radharani. We call gopis, the girls in Vrindavan, we call gopis. So they are actually expansion of Radharani. And Radharani is the consorts of the Lord himself. So even Radharani is not married to Krishna, but actually she is actually it is Lord Krishna's energy himself. So this is in the canto 10 of Srimad Bhagavatam. And if people just hear this, actually they might misunderstand. Oh, that Krishna is like ordinary man and same like us. Like people going to bar to dance, something like that. It's because of lust. Usually because of lust, and then they associate with woman with is not his wife, something. But Krishna is not like that. And when we see also actually Lord Krishna earlier say like that, oh, you all, why you come here? You have to go back now. It is not proper. He actually Lord Krishna mentioned like that. You should go home. This is that night. Then it is not good. You have to go back. But why? Actually, those cohort girls actually showing the actually showing the example our, our perfect love. Yeah, yeah, perfect love for the Supreme. Yeah. It is not. It is not like a material love in this material world, which is actually just lust. We can say frankly that in this material world there is no such love. It's mostly just lust, although it might be not fully lust, but it actually is just coming from lust. But their love for Krishna is different. And here Krishna is not, so all those moral codes is not applied to him. Why? Because he is the one who made this he is not affected by all this. Although most of the time when he come here also, when he appear in his incarnation also, he always following the rules. But he is not restricted to that. So why he did violate this rules of dharma? According to Vedic civilization, nobody may associate with another man's wife. Yeah. Like in Indonesia, also in my village, we still have like that. I mean, it's very strange if some man is very close to certain woman who is not his wife. especially one who is already married, for example, and to somebody. Anyhow, you get the point, right? Here.
Yes, sir.
And the next one, you would like to read again?
Yes, please. I would like to read. Surrender unto me.
Oh, wait. I click then come. Yeah.
Surrender unto me. Conditioned souls bound by their independent desires for pleasure try to act based on those desires. Their attempts cause the modes of material nature to react, which results in activity and its reaction. Krishna's own actions are different. Krishna engaged in many activities, but while acting, he is materially aloof and materially desireless. Because his activity are within the internal energy and are free from the modes of material nature. Because his work is materially desireless, no reactions attach themselves to his work. As both he and his devotees are transcendental to material control, neither falls within the Varnasrama system despite their willingly following the structures of prescribed duties. As will be mentioned in the next verse, when the jiva understands these facts about Krishna and applies this transcendental knowledge to his own work and becomes a servant of Krishna, he also becomes aloof from the material world of action and reaction.
Yes. So it's very nice here. This explanation about how actually the action of Krishna, it is independent. Is
Hello?
independent, yes, is independent, and then he is materially desireless. Yeah, materially desireless. Materially aloof and materially desireless. Materially aloof means it's not directly connected to the material world, and materially desireless means his desire is not material desire. Yeah. And our desire depend on the consciousness of we having that desire. If it is for service to Krishna, then actually it's not material, although desire. And actually we are not able to kill the desire. We will always desire. Yeah. Like the same also, we cannot actually just not working for even for a moment. We always work. If we not work physically, our mind will work here and there like that. And actually why desire is always there is because of it is actually the nature of the soul. Even when we attain liberation, we will still have desire, but not material desire. Desire only to serve Krishna. Yeah. So it's not possible to kill our desires. When we still in this embodied soul, when we are still having this body, we still stay in this body, material body. So even when we already liberation, when attain liberation also, we still have desire. So it's not possible to kill the desire because that's actually the nature of the soul, which is active. And here is mentioned very nicely that Krishna himself and also his devotees were is also aloof actually. Yeah, where it is nice, this one. As both he and his devotees are transcendental to material control. Both and he and his devotees neither fall within the Varnashrama system. That's why they are willingly following the strictures of the prescribed duties. So this is for Krishna, and also for devotees who just already have perfect love for Krishna. Actually, they are transcendental. They are not belong to any Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra, or Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. He is not false under any category of it. But still, even many pure devotees, they still accept those rules and regulations in the scripture, prescribed duties. They still do that. To give example for others. Okay, I think it's completed on this part. Okay, so we can continue to the next text 15, yeah?
Yes, please.
15, correct? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Evang jatva kritang karma
Evam yatva kirtam karma
purvairapi mumukshubhihi
purvai api mumuksubihi
kuru karmaiva tasmat tvang
guru karmai batas smatvam
purvai purvatarang kritam
vai purvataram kritam
Evang jatva kritang karma
evam jatva kritam karma
purvair api mumukshubhihi
purvai api mumuksubihi
kuru karmaiva tasmat tvang
guru karmai batas smatvam
purvah purvatarang kritam
purva taram kritam
Evang jatva kritang karma
evam jatva kritam karma
purvair api mumukshubhihi
purvai api mumuksubihi
kuru karmaiva tasmat tvang
guru karmai vatas smatvam
purvai purvatarang kritam Krishna.
purvai purva taram kritam
Yes, please.
evam jatva kritam karma
Evang jatva kritang karma
purva api mumuksubihi
purvairapi mumukshubhihi
guru karmaiva tasmatvam
guru karmaiva tasmat tvang
purvai purva taram kritam
purvai purvatarang kritam. Evam thus jatva knowing well kritam was performed karma work purvaihi by past authorities api indeed mumukshubhihi who attain liberation kuru just perform karma prescribed duties eva certainly tasmat therefore tvam you you purvaihi by the predecessors purvataram in ancient times kritam as performed. Translation. All the liberated souls in ancient times acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Therefore, you should perform your duty following in their footsteps. Let's read one more again. All the liberated souls in ancient times acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Therefore, you should perform your duty, following in their footsteps. Okay, then the purport. Is it big enough or okay for you?
Yes, it is okay.
Please read.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, point text 15. There are two classes of men. Some of them are full of polluted material things within their hearts, and some of them are materially free. Krishna consciousness is equally beneficial for both of these persons. Those who are full of dirty things can take to the line of Krishna consciousness for a gradual cleansing process, following the regulative principles of devotional service. Those who are already cleansed of the impurities may continue to act in the same Krishna consciousness, so that others may follow their exemplary activities and thereby be benefited. Foolish persons or neophytes in Krishna consciousness often want to retire from activities without having knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Arjuna's desire to retire from activities on the battlefield was not approved by the Lord. One need only know how to act. To retire from the activities of Krishna consciousness and to sit aloof making a show of Krishna consciousness is less important than actual engaging in the field of activities for the sake of Krishna. Arjuna is here advised to act in Krishna consciousness, following in the footsteps of the Lord's previous disciples, such as the sun god Vivaswan, as mentioned herein before. The Supreme Lord knows all his past activities as well as those of persons who acted in Krishna consciousness in the past. Therefore, he recommends the acts of the sun god who learned this art from the Lord some millions of years before. All such students of Lord Krishna, and mentioned here as past liberated persons, engage in the discharge of duties allotted by Krishna.
Okay.
Is that all or more?
Yeah. Okay. This is all. So here is mentioned about people. We still have many are still have a materially polluted by material consciousness in the heart, and some are materially free. We are most of us we are still polluted with material material things. So we're not so clear. We are not so. Yeah, we are not materially free. We still have some material desires. And Krishna consciousness is equally beneficial for both this kind of person. Yeah. Why? Because in Krishna consciousness, person doesn't need to renounce their activities. Of course, bad activities should be renounced. I mean, performing their duties, they should not retire from their duties. Just Srila Prabhupada mentioned here that it's we just need to know how to act. We just need to know how to act. Like a Brahmana, we don't need to renounce, become a monk, just like that. We don't need to be like that. And even somebody don't need to renounce to become monk. And not everyone can be living like that. So in Krishna consciousness, is not everyone supposed to be renounced, like become monk. It's not like that. We just perform our duty according to our prescribed duty according to our nature. If somebody is not having the qualities to become renounced, like a monk, like that. So even if he entering monkhood, and then what they will do? One first thing is that they are not happy. The second one, if they are somehow still over there, sometimes they are performing many bad things, which is not supposed to be done. Like in the many cases, like here in Cambodia, we see that many monks are performing very bad things. For example, while still being in the monk, like that, like associate with women, even like very very closely, even to to have such intimate relationship. Why? Actually, we can see that not everyone actually have that quality to become a monk. So in Krishna consciousness is not is accommodating all kind of people in the in the in the sense that one who is still have material desires or one who is materially free. Both are beneficial. And for one who is still have material desire, so it is not that they should renounce their duties. We just need to add Krishna on the activities. Like give an example by Arjuna here in this Mahabharata war. Arjuna earlier, oh, I don't want to fight. I will better for me to live by begging and then I will go to the forest. But Lord Krishna doesn't sanction that. Lord Krishna said, you should not do like that. You should fight because you are having nature kshatriya and this is your duty. Like that. So it is not only for kshatriya but for everyone. If we are having brahmana qualities, yeah, we perform that, our prescribed duties. To teach something like that for yeah, this category, to teach and also to worship Krishna, to give example to uh, other people or people in general to worship God. That is their activities, and also to guide society also. And then one might be not not having that nature. One might be a kshatriya or one manager or something like that, so he can still engage that. Or somebody a Vaishya having Vaishya qualities, so it's good. Okay, you can take care cow nicely and then get milk from cows also for worship of Krishna, and also produce a lot of grain, a lot of food. Like nowadays, already 1 week here in Siem Reap, there is this lockdown here, so people are wondering about food. Anyhow, the the provincial hall is managing that somebody can order some food ingredients from the driver.
Why does it sound so serious?
Yeah, according to their declaration, it is having high rate, and then they declare it as red zone. So we are not allowed to get out. Here in the ashram area is located in the red zone. So I have been 1 week now. Not, have been 1 week. I'm not going out.
Do you have enough food stored in the house or in
I,
the
I
ashram?
have I have and if that finish, I can actually call the number so that I can order something like that. They only allowed people who bring the food, and not everyone actually. They should be registered. Some anyhow. So everyone has a certain tendency, and that's why we have prescribed duties. So in Krishna consciousness, it's not we renounce our duties, but we even more you know more serious in performing our duties, but perform in the consciousness of Krishna to satisfy Krishna, to please Krishna. If we are the ladies, for example, yeah, we have our prescribed duties. What is the ladies' duties? we all know is given in the Shastra. What will be the roles of the ladies also. And actually, yeah, this is very important. In modern days, actually, many children, they are, for example, the children of rich people, for example, they may have a lot, they may fulfill all the material needs of the children, but they don't have even time to spend with, with their children. That's why they lack of love from their parents, their own parents. Actually, yeah, the education in the family is very, very important, because if in the house or in the family is not good, anywhere else they will not be, will not be good. Why? Because they feel that something lacking in there. So here in Krishna consciousness is that everyone can engage in their own in their propensities and their tendencies. The only way is that we we try to do that for to please Krishna or for Krishna's satisfaction. To please Krishna. Why should Krishna? It's just natural because it's the source of everything, and only by dovetailing our activities to Krishna we will be happy. Otherwise, we will just get temporary happiness in this material world. With this, it can finish anytime. It can finish anytime. We don't know. So here, Lord Krishna mentioned to Arjuna that you should follow the footsteps of those great authorities in the past, like for example, many devotees in ancient times. So, but Krishna asked Arjuna to do that, not to run away from the battle and then become a mendicant. It is not this. It's not this goal. I will share. I think I didn't put yet for the surrender, Anthony. Oh, time is very quick. Yeah, time is very quick. Okay, surrender, Anthony. Okay, I will read now for this. This is from lecture in Bombay, 74. So we can say that actually Srila Prabhupada in 12 years actually he traveled all over the world like 12 times in very short period. Srila Prabhupada traveled around the world like 12 times in only in about 12 years for to spread this chanting Hare Krishna and the kirtan. Now this first 4 times the word has been used purvataram purvatamaihi kuru karmaiva tasmat tvam purvai purvataram kritam. Purva purvataram purvatama. Comparative, superlative, and positive. So this is comparison, degree of comparison in Sanskrit. So Srila Prabhupada is explaining this. This is the process. We have to follow the previous acharyas. That is the Vedic system. In any field, it is not possible that we just create by ourselves. We want to become scientists. Even to become scientists, it's not possible that we create everything by ourselves. We have to depend on, others' theory or something like that. And also in the spirituality, that we should follow somebody who is already success in spirituality. It's not that just make a concoction, our own concoction. For example, okay, I can worship any demigod and then I will get the same. It is not like that. For example, many people are thinking like that. Or okay, this is enjoy. I just enjoy this process. After some time, I will get perfection. Or thinking that no, I just want to create love for God without any restriction. I don't want this rule and regulation. I just it is some people on also like that. They okay, I just have kirtan, many one doing kirtan, but actually they don't follow rules and regulations of devotional service. So that is not very good. Many people in the name of kirtan, they themselves not following the principles of devotional service. Although still, the holy name of Krishna still effective, but if we want to be serious, so we should actually accept guidance from authorities, accept guidance from one who is already success in the path of bhakti. In the very beginning, this chapter, Krishna said, Evam parampara pratam imam prajar sayo viduhu. We do not require modern research or understanding. We are all following the ancient ways. Now, even from an ordinary standpoint, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, is that modern? It is not modern. Formerly also, all living entities were eating, they were sleeping, they were having sexual intercourse, and they were defending. So in modern days, the so-called development is actually only developing on this part: eating, sleeping, having sex intercourse, and defending. The advancement is only about that, not in the spiritual way. Nothing is modernized. The principle is the same, old system, nothing changed. People dying, janma mritu jara vyadhi. That is the old system. Everyone is taking birth, everyone is growing, everyone is falling disease, and everyone is dying. Can the modern system stop this? No. No. Not. So actually there is no real advancement in the spiritual sense. The sun is also following the old system. It rises as she did in older times. The moon also rises. The year and season change. Everything continues. Why should we not accept the system of Vedic knowledge, the oldest of all in the world? We can imagine 5,000 years ago, we have already have this very, very comprehensive information about spiritual life, about life, also about the soul. While that time, in Europe, in Europe, they have nothing. Even actually, I heard the history, like a documentary film. During the during the what is that? The colonialism. During the colonialism in India at that time. Even the British people, they don't have what it was, Bible or something, dictionary, something, English. Yeah, it is talking about English. That time there is still no proper there is no still proper. While in India, actually, it is not racist, but we should actually accept the fact that actually people in India during that time, they more advanced compared to Western people, spiritual. And also in the science also, actually, who found the zero number is actually also from Vedic. mathematician. Although in modern day, it is claimed to be like Arabian number, but actually before that they also borrow it from India. Actually, this zero is very important. You know? If there is no zero, like Roman people, Greeks and Roman, they don't have zero number. Do you remember when we want to write 1000? What we use in Roman numeral? Do you remember?
No.
M, right? If M, it means that 1000, and then 100 is C. Here. It's very difficult. And how to write, for example, 1 trillion? So that's why they will headache. That's why they have no zero before. Anyhow. You have to make your life successful by reading Bhagavad Gita and preach the truth all over the world. And then the world will be happy and you will always also be happy. That is what we need. Yare dheka thare kaha Krishna upadesh. That is recommended here. Evang yadva kritam karma purvai api mumukshubhihi. Who can carry out this kind of business? Mumukshubhihi, not ordinary men, but those who are aspiring after liberation. The real business is mumuksha, how to get out of this business of repetition of birth. This human life is meant for that, to get out the cycle of birth and death. This is advice of Krishna to Arjuna. Follow the previous acharyas, previous personalities and authorities. Just like Swayambur, Naradas, Sambhu. Follow them, act like them, and try to understand my position. If you simply understand my position, immediately you will become liberation. From lecture in Bombay, 74. Krishna has no attachment for the fruitive world. Knowing this, Arjuna should fight with faith for Krishna's pleasure if he desired to become liberated. Krishna wants Arjuna to fight in knowledge of Krishna's position and as an offering to him. In this way, Arjuna should follow the examples of previous great devotees. Okay, it seemed to be the end of this topic. No, I mean the subtopic of this part. And then in the next part, from 16 to 24, Lord Krishna will this one will be given description in portion of Krishna's description of his own work. Krishna will explain how work, karma, can be seen as inactivity. Activity in inactivity. Inactivity in activity. How is that? This is very philosophical. Arjuna previously said he wished to leave the battle and avoid the result of his karma, like a jnani, through inactivity. Krishna will show him that no karma accrues to one who works in transcendental knowledge, and that properly performed karma can thus be seen as non-different from the process of jnana. Yeah, so in the next part, from text 16 to 24, will be explained about this. Okay, do you have any question? Or you want to say something? There is 2 minutes left. About
No.
what you understand?
I think I can understand, even though it is a little bit deep for me, but I can get the main idea.
Yeah. So it seems that you need to swim. They're deep. You need to swim. Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes, see you tomorrow.
And if possible, you can also read a few verses on before tomorrow meeting.
Okay.
Yes,
Maybe not. This
maybe not.
week, I'm not. I'm so busy to
Okay.
read beforehand. Frankly speaking, I will try to make.
Yeah. If it's not possible, then it's also okay. If possible, just yes. I know you are busy.
I'm being honest to you.
Yeah. It's okay. This is good. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, teacher.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.